It's a way to get out in the winter, not be held hostage. It's certainly too cold in the weather we play for to skate and wear hockey equipment and wear hockey gloves. So it's a way for guys to get out and get some exercise in 30 below weather and love it.
I still have programs at home, World Sponge Hockey Championships.
In the Winnipeg Arena.
Our team was playing in the Elite Division final against the Satellites, which one of the guys in the Satellites, Grant Ledger, plays in the NHL now.
What exactly made this a world sponge hockey? Because we called it that.
Because basically Winnipeg was the only place where it was played.
Yeah.
So we could call it whatever we wanted. So it was kind of the world thing. Like we were the best. So someone proved it different.
We were in the other final, D-side final against 92 CFM.
My name is Jerry Pugh, and I've been playing sponge hockey since I was 17, and I'm 46 years old now, so you do the math.
It's not like hockey. You cannot go where you want to when you want to. You have to think about where you're going to end up when you're running because you slide.
Player James Kevin Van Orman the fifth. I've been playing since about 8 years old. It's different from any other sport that I've played, and I like it. Not many people, including really good hockey players, can adjust to the certain style that's necessary for sponge.
My name is Jim Stevenson, and I have played sponge hockey for 30 years. There's co-ed, women's, men's, kids, recreational, competitive. I would say 10,000 people play sponge hockey at some level in this province.
I'm Richard Duffy. I've been playing sponge hockey since 1987, I believe.
But these fossils, they're all like, 95, 102 years old, stuff like that. They live up to their name, but they won the last game, lucky bastards. We lost 7-6 in overtime, a real barn burner, old-time sponge. It's a do or die. Leave it all on the ice tonight. Well, most of it anyway.
Yeah, we actually started playing at River Heights cross ice. So we'd have 3-on-3, and we just play across the ice, and that's where we started. And then it just grew from there.
I assume it just evolves from this is a great idea to why don't we organize it into a league and start having teams and referees and stats and the whole 9 yards.
A couple of my older guys at that time, we were 17 years old then, a couple of 19-year-old guys told us about this tournament, so we put together a bunch of guys.
There were draft sessions every year at the start of the season where everyone had their list of players that they wanted with certain codes next to them so the other captains wouldn't recognize what they'd be, with little symbols like DP, which meant don't pick them.
I didn't play in those days, but I did play tweeter, and that's what we called it. It became Spongee later on, but in those days it was tweeter.
You're an urban legend, but I have heard that Kevin McCauley, was traded not for a bag of pucks, a handful of pucks.
We were allotted like 10 sponge pucks at the beginning of the year, and our team had shot them over the boards and lost pucks, so our team had no sponge pucks to practice with, which is kind of funny. So what they did was they decided to trade me, and they traded me for 4 sponge pucks.
It's a different game than ice hockey, that's for sure. But you still have to have good hands. You still have to have be able to shoot a puck and pass a puck. But in terms of how the game flows, the defensive strategies, the sort of man-on-man marking, it's a lot more like soccer.
I think sponge hockey is a blend of hockey, soccer, lacrosse.
Played very much like hockey, but the big difference is that you play on without skates, you play on with broom ball shoes. So what that element of the game brings into it is that you can slide around, but puck control is very, very important.
One of those orange and white and red striped balls, and you cut the two round oval parts off and keep the middle, and that's what we used to use.
Made in Slovakia.
I can tell you a few things about these. They're about the same size as a regular hockey puck, but they're a little bit softer.
There's a metal coil in the middle of it. So when it freezes, it's just like a hard puck. And you can rip it. It's warm, it's like a ball. It bounces. Which then changed the entire concept of the game.
In the old days, it was just a canvas shoe with no protection here at all. It was kind of like a tennis shoe, if you will, with high cup. Wearing any gear.
And I'm sure we're the only ones that buy these shoes. They call them broom ball shoes, but I don't see any broom ball leagues in this city. You know, you don't see much broom ball happening.